Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün uluslararası öğrenciler için Polonya'da eğitim almanın avantajları ve fırsatlarını Białystok University of Technology'den Arthur bizlere anlatıyor olacak. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes Arthur, the stage is yours now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for introducing me. I would like to welcome all the candidates, students, perhaps their parents. My name is Artur Mazur. I'm a representative from Białystok University of Technology in Poland. And today is our first of 3 webinars, during which I'll try to give you some brief information about the university, about our educational offer. But first of all, I'll say something, tell you something about Poland, where it actually is, because perhaps some of you may not know. And today we will start with a short video. It's a promotional video of our university. So let's see it.
My grandpa always said, there's no need to be afraid of problems, because each problem is a chance to change something. After all, when there are no problems, people aren't usually willing to take action. That's the way things are. My grandpa loved problems, and I liked to watch him deal with them. It was real magic. Just like him, I wanted to make the world around me better, more interesting, more fun, or just the way I like it, more mine. Little by little, I started to discover new possibilities and introduce more interesting solutions. I've learned that sometimes a small change makes a big difference, and that trial and error can be really fun. Every change is like a journey into the unknown, and there, it's very easy to make a mistake. But you can't be afraid of that either. Sometimes you have to come up with some bad ideas to finally get the good one. But there are moments when changes are really huge, when the world we have known so far simply ends. And then we have to make a very difficult change. We have to change ourselves. We can be absolutely sure that the world will be changing further. There will always be problems, possibly even bigger, but each of them is an opportunity to change ourselves, to change the world, to change everything.
Thank you. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you liked the video. So as you can see, we encourage our students to change everything they want, and to perhaps change their lives as well. So if you'd like to change something in your life, perhaps it's worth visiting Poland and studying at our university. So I'll just share you my presentation with you. So this is the name of the university. Perhaps you've heard about it or not. It's the city of Białystok. It's a city located around 200 kilometers from Warsaw, which is the capital of Poland. So here you can see the location of our country in Europe for those who are simply not aware of what the location of Poland is. So we are a mid-sized country, around 37 million people living in it. And the thing that you should know is that Poland is really beautiful, as we have quite a lot of things to offer. Because we have access to sea, so you can visit the seaside. At the south, in the south of the country, we have really beautiful and picturesque mountains. Our architecture is, I would say, one of a kind in this part of Europe. We have lake districts as well. So, besides studying, in your free time, you can spend your free time by just simply traveling around Poland, and I really encourage you to do it in the future. Even if in the end you do not become a student, it's worth visiting Poland. All right, so as some people say, it's a great university in a great city. Białystok is not a big city. As I previously mentioned, is located about 200 kilometers from Warsaw, which is the capital of Poland. And we're a mid-sized city, and there are quite a few of advantages of being a city of this size, right? There are no traffic jams. We have no problems with connecting with different parts of the city. And most of our students really value how Białystok is friendly to people living in it. All right, let's carry on. The thing that we should start, apart from a short introduction of our university, is how the education process will look like. As you could see in the video, and you're obviously aware that times are changing and the current situation in the world is really difficult and some may say dramatic. So first of all, you should know that our university at present offers hybrid studies. So most classes are conducted online. However, some laboratories conducted in person in small groups are available as well. It may turn out, like, depending on the program of studies that you choose, it may turn out that most or even all of the classes will be conducted online. But it's up to you. You can either study from home and complete the admission process from home and start your education there, or you can come to Poland as well, and obviously if you prefer to do so, and you can study from here, because we have 4 dormitories that can store up to a few thousand students. So you can do either these ways, right? Studying from home or studying here. All right, so here is our educational offer. As you can see, we have both bachelor and master courses in the offer. And most of you have already noticed that our tuition fees are really affordable. In my opinion, they really are. And it's not my own opinion. But okay, starting from 2,200 euro per academic year. So it's the tuition fee per academic year, not per semester. So it's, I would say, affordable, and up to 3,200 euro for the studies at the Faculty of Electrical Engineering. So as you can see, the Faculty of Civil Engineering, which can be seen in the photo, actually the Faculty of Civil and Environmental Engineering is at the top left corner of the slide. So they offer civil engineering, both bachelor and master, and environmental engineering, both bachelor and master. The next faculty, which is not located in the main campus, it's around 5 up to 10 minutes bus ride from the main campus, is the Faculty of Engineering Management, and they offer 2 programs. First of which is management and smart and innovative business, and the other one is logistics. which is quite popular with candidates, with the students these days. Next faculty, which can be seen on the top right corner of the slide, is the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, with their mechatronics offered both at bachelor and master level, and mechanics and machine design offered at master level only. The last but not least is the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, and their offer for full-time international students is, as you can see, electrical and electronic engineering and electronics and telecommunications. The important thing that you should know is that we have 2 intakes. So first intake is October intake, and the other one is February intake. So we start the application process for October intake, so for the studies starting in October 2021, on March the 31st. So that is in about 45 days, in 1.5 months. At the moment, we are implementing a new online recruitment system. So today, I will not share you too many specific info on the application procedures, as they're being changed at the moment. But you can believe me that the admission procedures are really simple, and the online recruitment system is really user-friendly. Okay, before we move to living costs, let's move to living costs. We started with the tuition fee, which is quite affordable, as I previously mentioned, and now accommodation and other costs associated with accommodation. So these things are the things that most of the students ask about in the first place. So how much do you have to spend each month to stay in Poland and to study? So apart from the tuition fees, a room in one of our dormitories, which are located in the main campus, are around 90 euro per month, like depending on the room that you would like to choose. But in comparison to flats or rooms that you can rent in the city, it's really affordable. A room, let's say, is around 100 euro up to 150 euro, somewhere in the city, if you'd like to just rent a room. In Warsaw, in comparison, the prices are usually doubled, or sometimes even 3 times higher than in our city. So it's another advantage of staying in a mid-sized city. Okay. When it comes to food, we do not provide food. So 90 euro is only the rent for the room in your dorm. But I believe that you will be fine with around 200 euro each month, and you can cover the cost of the food. As you can see, one meal, let's say dinner, is around, in a restaurant, let's say, is around from 3 to 6 euro. So quite affordable as well. Drinks are, let's say, from 1 to 3 euros. And the most another thing to mention about regarding the costs of living are transportation costs. You pay around 50 euro for a semester pass, but monthly it's a cost of around 25 euro. Okay, now let's move to students' life. Despite being a mid-sized, for Polish standards, a mid-sized city, our infrastructure is really well developed. So as I previously mentioned, we are really well connected. The university is well connected with all the parts of the city. We have really, good bus connection. We have bicycle paths around the city, so you can travel pretty much anywhere. Okay, there are some problems with the presentation, and I'm really sorry for that. Slides have just skipped, but okay. There is a bicycle rental system in the city that you can travel like anywhere you want, and it costs you, close to nothing. What else? There are lots of clubs, discos, pubs, and restaurants, coffee houses, just like in other bigger cities. So in your spare time, you won't be able to, to be bored that much. Okay. I'm facing some problems with the presentation. I'm really sorry for that. I don't know, to be honest, what's going on. But okay. So why should you choose? Why should you choose our university? So first of all, Poland is a European Union member country, as some of you may know. So we offer, in our opinion, the same standards as other European countries. Let's say our neighbors from the West, let's say, but at a lower cost. So not only the tuition fee is lower, but the living costs are lower as well. Studying at the university gives you some additional opportunities of traveling to other countries, but not for sightseeing purposes, but for example, to do your internships or to simply study in a different university. I'm pretty sure that most of you know the Erasmus Plus program. So all our full-time students can participate in the Erasmus Plus program, and they can spend 1 or 2 semesters abroad, and you get an Erasmus Plus scholarship. If you would like to know how much the scholarship is, we can discuss it in the next webinar. We won't go that much into detail today. And so not only studying abroad is possible with our university, but also doing internships. And one of the most important things, in my opinion, is our location. So as I previously mentioned, we are really located in a nice region of Poland. We are in the northeast part of Poland, which is called Green Lungs of Poland. So we are surrounded by forests, and the air here is definitely better than in the mid-Poland or southwest, for example. So that's it. As I previously mentioned, this is the first webinar of our university. So now you have some brief info about what we have to offer. In next webinars, we will be presenting our students' achievements. Perhaps we'll talk about a bit more about the faculties. But the content of next webinars may be changed slightly on the basis of the questions that will be asked today. So we are flexible. We're just here for you. And if you need some specific information, we'll just give it to you, right? So yeah, that's it from me. So you are really warmly welcome at Białystok University of Technology. Here you can have the contact details, our postal address and our email address, study@but.pb.edu.pl. I would like to remind you that the next webinar is on the 8th of March, and the last webinar is on the, from what I remember, on the 22nd. So just follow the IEFT website and you'll be up to date. You'll be up to date with the dates. Okay. So now let's just move to questions. There are quite a few, so I'll just start from the first one. Do you have 2+2 dual diploma degree programs with American universities? Okay, at present we do not offer dual diploma degree programs with American universities. We have some with at present with Chinese universities and some other universities from Asia, from what I remember, but at present no American universities, unfortunately. How many Turkish students you have in total? Okay, depending on what kind of students we are talking about. We have lots of Erasmus Plus students, fewer full-time students, I think. However, usually there are around 150, perhaps 100 to 150 Turkish students. So you would have quite a lot of company here. It is worth mentioning that we are not a big university, right? Because we have around 7,500 students. So 100 to 150 Turkish students is quite all right, I would say. Do you have any representative in Turkey? Yes, we have some representatives in Turkey, or I don't know how I can understand the question, because we cooperate with recruitment agencies. So I don't know if this is the question, right? If we cooperate with any agents in Turkey. Yes, we cooperate with 2 companies at present. If someone is interested what these companies are, so please email me after the webinar, okay? And I'll just simply give you more detailed information on that. Okay, how is coronavirus pandemic situation in Poland? It's definitely better than it was, let's say, a month ago. The government claims that everything is under control, but as in most countries, I believe. But at present, we have around 5,000 to 6,000 cases each day. But the number is constantly decreasing. So at the moment, there are fewer and fewer restrictions in Poland. We are just hoping that this situation will just simply be continued, right? So that there will be fewer and fewer restrictions, and that the number of cases each day will be decreasing. For now, this is what's happening. So it's not bad. It's not bad in comparison to other countries. Do you have any Turkish faculty members? To be honest, it's quite a difficult question, because I believe that faculty members, so teachers, right? For example, there are some international teachers at the university, but as we are international relations office and there are over, from what I remember, over 660 employees here, I am not really sure whether we have any or many, but I know that we have some international teachers. But the thing that you should know is that all the programs that you could see in our offer in the slide, all the programs are conducted fully in English. So all the teachers have a good command of English, right? So despite not being Great Britain or the United States, you won't face such situations like classes conducted in Polish, in our language, right? So all the classes, all the subjects are conducted fully in English. Which bachelor degree programs are English taught? All of them. I mean, all the presented programs are taught fully in English. So each of the groups of students have their own, let's say, I can say mentor, like a person who takes care of them at the university, and they can ask any questions related with their studies and with their problems to that person. And obviously the person speaks English fluently, so as we do. So you shouldn't have any problems with communication. Do you have academic collaboration agreements with the Turkish universities? Yes, we have, and I think that we have many. I can ask a friend of mine about the number of collaboration agreements with the Turkish universities. Do you remember how many of them we have? Yeah, he's telling me that we have around 16 agreements with Turkish universities. So if you would like to get some more details on that, you can email me after the webinar. Do international students have work permit after graduation in EU countries? Yes. You can work here legally after becoming our graduate. You can work here legally. You can even work here. I'm not sure if you can work full time during your studies, but some say that you can even work full time as long as it not makes your studying difficult, right? But yes, you do get work permit after you graduate. And to be honest, quite a few of our students, of our international students, get jobs during their studies or even just after the graduation, right? There are different opportunities. Obviously, some of them do not work in the field of their studies. I mean, for example, if you're a civil engineer, don't expect that you will get the job of civil engineering just like that. It's quite obvious that it may be a bit difficult as you don't have experience, but we have quite a few students who have such jobs, right? So it's not that difficult to find it in Poland. Next question. What is the minimum GPA requirement for engineering programs? Okay, 55 is the absolute minimum that we don't want to give admission to any students whose GPA is lower than 55. Okay, so preferably if you have 60, so then it's completely fine with us, but we can accept students with a GPA of 55%. Does Poland offer work permit for master students during and after studies, and how about the chances of getting a job in Poland after considering having not a good Polish? I'm an environmental engineer. All right. So as I previously told you, you can work here legally. You can work here legally, and it's quite quick. It's quite easy. When it comes to job opportunities, depending on what kind of job you're looking for, some students find the job here in the city of Białystok, but it's quite obvious. I think that the situation is more or less the same everywhere in the world, that there are more job opportunities, let's say, in the capital. But these days, there are more and more jobs that you can find on the web that offer like home office option, right? So you even, let's say, you can be employed in the capital city, right? Get their salary, but work, let's say, from Białystok, right? Where the cost of living are lower. It's not difficult to find a job in Poland. Sometimes it may be difficult to find a specific job in, let's say, the city of Białystok. So sometimes you have to look in other cities, but it's not difficult. Most of our students work. What types of study programs are offered in English for international students? So Yeah, actually, I already answered this question, but as a reminder, all of the programs that were presented in this short presentation are in English. All of them are conducted fully in English. Do we have to pass the university entrance exam in Turkey for bachelor degree courses for Białystok? Entrance exam in Turkey for bachelor courses for Białystok? No, actually, no. You do not have to do that. There are no entry exams here at the university. The only entry exam that perhaps will be obligatory will be with the Faculty of Architecture, but at present we do not have architecture in our offer for international students, so I won't be talking about this. But regarding other programs, we do not have any exams, so everything is based on the interview. Everything is based on the interview with the students. So all of the candidates are interviewed. They are interviewed by me. So now that you know me, perhaps it will be a bit easier for you during the admission procedures. I interview all the students. I verify your language skills, right? And I ask some general questions. So, nothing to be worried about, nothing specific, right? For example, from the field of your studies, nothing like this. Okay. Can we do an internship during our study? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it not even once. It is obligatory in most of the courses to do internship. I think that even here in Poland, and students do internships here, but you can do internship abroad in any European country. And as I mentioned before, you will get some scholarship. It's like a few €100 each month, and the internships usually last from 2 to 3 months, right? So you can plan your summer holidays, for example, this way. So we can go abroad, get some experience, and earn some money at the same time. And remember that you don't only get your scholarship, right? In many cases, the company that you're doing internship in pays you some money, right? Perhaps it's not full salary, but when you sum it up, right, the scholarship and your salary, it turns out that it's quite okay, quite good money. Is tuition for per semester or year? The tuition fees presented in the presentation are for academic year. For academic year, not for semester, for academic year. So the tuition fees start from €2,200 per academic year and up to €3,200 per academic year. Can international students do internship while study? Yes, they can. I just answered a similar question. Anytime throughout your studies, you can do internship, but it's quite obvious that you will not be able to do your internship in the middle of semester, right? So I think that the only option is summer holiday. Okay, next question. Are all of the bachelor programs in English? Yes, they are. All of the programs are in English. Do you offer English preparatory year? Not yet. Not yet. We don't have it in our offer at the moment. So unfortunately, not yet. Perhaps things will change as we are thinking about it to organize it in the near future. But at present, unfortunately, not. So regarding this particular intake and the application process that will start in like 1.5 months, it is not yet possible. It is not yet possible here at the university. Regarding the English speaking skills, remember that this is the thing that will be later discussed in the next webinar. regarding the documentation and things that are needed to be given admission. But this is the thing that I want you to know. You do not need any English certificate to be given admission at the university, right? So it's all about the interview. Obviously, if you have IELTS certificate, it's fine. Then you don't even have to have the interview. But we like to interview our students mainly. But it's not obligatory then. However, if you don't have any English certificate, it's all about the interview with me, right? I verify your English skills, and that's it. So no entry exams. The decision on the admission is based on your educational documents and on the interview, and that's it. Do we have to prove any level of Polish language for English taught programs, or would you recommend it? Thank you. It's always good to know at least a few words in the language, the country that you're going to, but it is not a requirement. We don't require it at all. So you do not have to speak Polish to do anything at the university, right? Because everything is in English. The authorities speak English. Your teachers speak English, International Relations Office speak English, and yeah, pretty much anyone that you would need to talk to speaks English. But we offer some Polish courses for our international students, so it is possible to study Polish, and I would encourage you to do that, as it's always nice to hear someone speaking your language. So from my point of view, I really like when students try to speak Polish, but you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, what is your email address? In a minute, I'll just show you the slide from the presentation when the email address is shown. It is study@but, without dots altogether, study@but pb.edu.pl. Okay, will you talk about the scholarships in the next webinar? Okay, regarding scholarships, we do not offer scholarships as such, right? So I might be talking about the scholarships offered by Erasmus Plus program. Like how much you can get studying abroad with Erasmus Plus program, or how much you can get doing your internship abroad. So yes, I can mention these things in the next webinar. However, at present, this year, the university itself is not offering any scholarship opportunities. We used to, but at present, we do not have it. So all the courses that were presented in the presentation are fully paid courses, but the good thing is that they're not that expensive. Okay, and that was the last question. From what I remember, the time that we have is 45 minutes, so we have only 5 minutes more. I would like to thank you, to all the participants, to all the students, to all the candidates that participated in today's webinar. I would like to remind you that the next webinar is on the 8th of March, and I really encourage you to participate in it again. Obviously, some of the information will be given again, as some of the students will be with me for the first time. But I think that we may just shorten a bit the questions and answers section in the next webinar, and the webinar itself might be a little bit longer, as I'd like to present our students' achievements, the faculties, and perhaps show you some photos of our facilities here at the university, so that you can get acquainted with the university a bit better. So thank you for your attention. I hope to see you on the 8th of March, and take care. Goodbye.
Yes, Arthur, could you please share the email address on the chat box?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Thank you.
Yes, this is the, I'm really sorry. Okay, this is the email address of the university. Actually, it's the email address for international students willing to study full-time programs at the university. Study at but.pb.edu.pl. Study at but.pb.edu.pl. There is this website, Change Everything. Do you remember the video at the beginning of the presentation that I displayed? So we have a special landing page. It's Change Everything altogether, changeeverything.eu. When you visit this website, you have all the information. You have the video itself, you have the information on the tuition fee, courses, programs, and obviously contact to our international relations office. changeeverything.eu, or just email us at study@pb.edu.pl. Okay, so I hope that all of you noted the email address and that I'll be able to talk to you on the 8th of March on our second webinar.
Yes,
so have a good day.
For your presentation, and you answered all of the questions. We believe it was a really informative webinar for the attendees. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Uluslararası Üniversite of Technology ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Arthur'un paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda siz 4'teki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you again, Arthur. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you. See you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.